All right, man. Team USA loses the bronze medal game to um, Canada. Dylan Brooks led Canada. I thought Canada might be one of them teams that's in the gold medal game, to be honest, and they get smoked. They get smoked out here. Um, I mean, what else to say? They lost an OT, man. But I know a lot of people kind of say, a lot of people say like the international game has caught up with the international game has caught up with the NBA. It hasn't. It hasn't. Yes, there's more talent around the world and all that, but what's fell off was NBA players to be skillful and fundamentally sound. That's what fell off. NBA's ability to be skillful and fundamentally sound. That's the difference. That's the difference. They're no longer skillful and fundamentally sound. That's the difference. Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, and those guys, they were skillful, bro. They were skillful. They were skillful. And these guys no longer, the coaching is trash now. These guys no longer know how to play basketball. In international play, it's a little bit different because you can play a traditional zone. That's why it's a little bit different because you can play a traditional zone. So the traditional zone forces you to slow down more. It forces you to know how to pass the ball, swing the ball, cut, penetrate, and kick. And you have to make shots. And the NBA players can't make shots no more. Even though if the three-point line a little bit closer, they can't make shots no more. The three-point line is closer and they shot 37%, which is not bad. But Canada shot 46% from three. They can't hit free throws. You think you're gonna throw a team together. And look at these guys they put over here. A lot of these dudes wouldn't like a lot of these dudes wouldn't make some NBA. I won't disrespect them like that, but a lot of these dudes barely on the end of some benches in the NBA. They should have got Jalen Duren in there. They should have convinced Kay Cunningham to do it, but he wanted to focus on his rehab. But some of these dudes they got in here is like you looking at the team, you like, what? Why is he there? Like Austin Reeves, why? I know he can shoot, but dude, he had a good game too. Shit. Halliburton is a good player, but all-star, but Bobby Portis, he there veteran leadership. Cam Johnson can shoot, but he always injured. Walker Kessler, he just a second-year player. Josh Hart, never been a fan, but he rebound a lot better than that. So look at all these small guys they got over here. Mikal Bridges, he good player, but Anthony Edwards is probably the best player on the floor. Then followed by Jalen Brunson. That's it. But you don't have no big fella. And you got Walker Kessler. He can't do it all by himself. And then Steve Kerr can't coach. You look at them, Shea Gillensley might be the best player on the floor for both teams. It's a case, he is the best player on the floor for both teams. No doubt in my mind that Shea Gillensley was the best player on the floor for both teams. No doubt in my mind. Then, RJ Barrett had a game. Dylan Brooks had a game. I mean, they got Nikhil Walker Alexander, the White Powell, Dort out there. They got a nice squad. Kelly Olynyk, solid, played in Detroit. Remember him? Nicky in Utah now. They got, so, you throwing these guys out here, they don't get a lot of reps together. Bunch of guys that, probably if you did a top 20 list, top 15 list, none of these guys would be in the list, top 15 players today. And Steve Kerr job was to have them ready, and they couldn't even medal. But on the flip side of things, man, you know, I don't really think people really cared about it. I know a lot of people were just watching them lose and following the game, but I don't think anybody really watched the game. Maybe Gemini Hoops was the only one, and that watched the game, but I wasn't watching them. You know, you know, so you know, but but yeah, it's just but it's just to the point that these ain't the best players in the world. All right. Um, in the international play, it's mad different, bro. A lot of these dudes don't know how to play basketball. You gotta remember they didn't go to a lot of these guys didn't spend time in college and learn how to play. This is why they used to have the college players, um, you know, this is why they used to have the college players go play internationally because they understood how to play international ball because that's all college basketball is. You know, minus some of them where you can, it ain't no goaltending, kind of the goaltending rules a little bit different. Minus a couple rules, it ain't no difference. A lot of these dudes didn't really get entrenched into college basketball for real. They did a year and they skated. So they don't know how to really attack the zone. They don't really know how to swing the ball, let alone they don't have no rapport with each other. They just throwing people together because ain't nobody else want to go over there. So you got to have rapport. You got to understand how to attack zones. You got to understand the international game. It's more fundamental now. If they didn't play traditional zones, Team USA would have ran through this tournament. They would have ran through this tournament. No doubt about it. They still be scoring. But they don't know how to attack a traditional zone. They don't understand it. It's a different than NBA. So when they talking about the whole world championship champions debate, and they lost, man. It's a different game. The zone, the traditional zone. This is why you see a lot of upsets in March Madness in college. The traditional zone is like a handicap in basketball. This is why there was no zone in they outlawed tradition. Was no zone in the NBA for a long time. They brought up a matchup zone. I think they should get rid of the matchup zone. You know, it shouldn't be no zone because if you can't guard your person one on one, it's a handicap. It's like you playing on all Madden, but the person you playing with, um, right, is got his sliders on rookie. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. So the zone is a handicap for motherfuckers who can't hang Jermaine. If you took the zone, listen to me. If you took the zone out of basketball, out of college basketball, it wouldn't be no more upsets. It'd be rare to have upsets. Listen to me. It'd be rare if you've seen upsets. Super rare. But yeah, they got popped. You see the score 118, 127. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification. Increase your chance, get notification. We go live or drop a video. But yeah, hit my link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with the kid, bro. Keep us supporting the channel, sharing it. I got some new content coming, do some fitness content. Hopefully next week I can get to it. Um, uh, but yeah. Don't forget to check out my new channel, Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89. The link's in the link tree. You find it faster just hitting that link. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time piece.